Biatch.
You big dummy.
Shut your bitch ass up!
Biatch.
You big dummy. You big dummy.
Yeah. Great day. We're back at them one more time, y'all. Shout out to my comrades. Peace to everybody in the chat. Hit the like, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Salute. And we about to get in it. We about to go back down the rabbit hole, y'all. We about to piss off the synagogue of Satan one more time. And them $5 pretendians. Hey, we about to tell the $5 pretendian, sit your $5 ass down before we make change.
Biatch.
You big dummy.
Hey, y'all hit that like, hit that like. We about to go in. We talking Gasper, Ynga, Gasper, Inca, and Inca Town, San Lorenzo de los Negros. Salute.
You big dummy.
Hey, I'm Blackjack. This is House Masculinity. You know what I'm saying? We make content for real straight masculine men over here. We drop that straight raw in the bitch jaw. You know what I'm saying? Real straight masculine men, that's what we do it for. If that's you in the right place. If that ain't you, we let the door not hit your ass with the Most High split your ass. You get the fuck on that right now.
You big dummy.
Hit that like. We don't need no lollipop ass niggas up in here. You back there ninja watching, hit the like or the dislike, you bitch ass nigga.
You big dummy.
Salute all my comrades, all the patriarchs, everybody that been supporting down from day one. Shout out to the real. I fucks with y'all, y'all fucks with me. Salute. But like I say, we talking Gasper, Inca tonight. You know what I'm saying? You might hear a lot of people talk about Gasper, Ynga, Gasper, Inca, and Inca Town. You know what I'm saying? San Lorenzo de los Negros. That's what we talking about. And I'm gonna go back to that intro to let y'all get a quick look at this little pic I got on there. You know, you see Gasper in the middle. You see Carlos Quintos, King Charles V, bitch ass. And you see some other Inca royalty on my left. But that's what we talking tonight. We talking Gasper. We done imposed the statue. and we about to dig in. But before we dig into Gasper, we gotta lay some foundation down. Before we talk about Gasper and Inca Town, we gotta lay the foundation about the Inca. Salute. Yeah, the Negro Inca. And I got a whole lot of evidence like I always do. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, I got some hard evidence. One of my little favorite books I got right here, written by Jack Forrest. The book is called Africans and Native Americans, The Language of Race and the Evolution of Red, Black Peoples. Salute. But that's part of what we got. We bring to the show tonight. And on the cover of this book, we got the picture of Inca nobleman and his sons. Salute. Those ain't Africans, those Native Americans. Nappy-headed Negroes, can you see it? If you can't see it from the hard copy, now I'll bring it to you a little close on the screen. Here we go. Yeah. And like I say, I'll scroll it up so you can see it even a little better. What you're actually looking at here. Portrait of an Inca noble and his sons by Andres Sanchez. Yeah, some nappy-headed Negroes, the Inca. All right, we just laying a little foundation, and while we laying the foundation, let's lay one more piece of foundation. Let me get to it though. Colored persons and Indians defined. And colored persons and Indians defined from Code of Virginia in 1930. The General Assembly provides legal definitions of colored persons and Indians. This was one of three so-called racial integrity laws passed between 1924 and 1930 in Virginia. Colored persons and Indians defined. Every colored person in whom there is ascertainable any Negro blood shall be deemed and taken to be a colored person, and every person not a colored person having 1/4 or more of American Indian blood shall be deemed an American Indian. There's a whole lot of Negro and Indian going on here, ain't it, y'all? Salute.
You big
I
dummy.
wonder why. Indian blood shall be deemed an American Indian, except that members of an Indian tribe living on reservations allotted them by the Commonwealth, blah, blah, blah. But let me get back down to what we're really looking at. It also says, allotted them by the Commonwealth of Virginia having 1/4 or more of Indian blood and less than 1/16 of Negro blood. What's the difference, though? That's what they tell you. Shall be deemed tribal Indians so long as they are domiciled and on said reservations. As the section read in the Code of 1887, persons having 1/4 or more Negro blood were deemed colored. Blah blah blah. You know, they got a lot of mumbo jumbo, but they basically telling you that they're labeling the Indians as Negroes. Long story short, who's an Indian, who's a Negro? Colored persons and Indians defined. Now, we just establishing some foundation, like I said here, before we get into these Incas and Gasper, Inca, and Inca Town. You know, I know a lot of people probably ain't even heard of Gasper, Inca, and Inca Town. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't even heard of Gasper, Inca. So I was watching my boy 432 Drop Nation. Salute, shout out to Drop Nation. Go over there and subscribe to 432 Drop. Hey, that brother bringing the heat. So I decided to touch on the topic too. But we talking to Incas, so we laying this foundation. Now, when we talk to Incas, we gotta talk the conquest of the Incas and the colonization of the Incas. And that's what we kind of looking at right here. And it says, beyond the devastation of the local populations by disease, they suffered considerable enslavement. Considerable enslavement. I bet they did, looking like this. Not that one. Looking like, well, that one too. But I bet they did suffer considerable slavery. Looking like this. I'm messing up, y'all. I'm messing up. Looking like this. I bet they could go through considerable slavery. But let's get back to it. Alright. The Spanish took thousands of women from the local natives to use as servants and concubines. As Pizarro and his men took over portions of South America, they plundered and enslaved countless people. Some local population entered in vassalage willingly to defeat the Inca. So you got, they were slaving them. They were slaving the Inca. They were slaving other tribes that was against the Inca, just try to beat the Inca. Native groups such as the Huanaca, and the Canary, the Chanca, and the Chacapoya fought alongside the Spanish as they opposed the Inca rule. So all right, they was down the ride with the Spain to beat the Inca. They were trying to slay the Inca. They were slaving them, making them concubines. We see the evidence right here, and this what we was looking at getting this from. I stroll all the way back up so y'all can see. All we talking about is the conquest of the Incas, the Spanish conquest of the Inca Empire. That's all we talking about. Now let's dig a little deeper. Now we hear Hispanic American Historical Review. Negro slavery in the sugar plantations of Veracruz and Pernambuco, 1550 to 1680. Alright, I'm a little ahead of myself. Before we get that one, it's something else I wanted to show y'all though. Why they talking Veracruz? To show you who they was sending to Veracruz on them sugar plantation. Nearly 40 years after the conquest of Peru began with the execution. Okay, we talking the Aztec and the Inca. We talking the Inca with Tupac Amaru right here. But nearly 40 years after the conquest of Peru began with the execution of Atahualpa. Dodge this hijack. That ain't Atahualpa. I mean, he's a little darker than that. He was Negro. The conquest ended with the execution of his nephew. Okay, we talking Tupac Amaru. Where Tupac get his name from, right? Tupac Amaru, huh? That ain't him though. Dodge the hijack, dodge the whitewash. But long story short, what we trying to get into here is we laying this foundation about the Incas, about how they was enslaved with being under conquest and being colonized by Spain, and they was sending a lot of these Incas to Veracruz to work the sugar plantations out here in Mexico. See right here, Tupac Amaru's 3-year-old son and his several dozen of his family were banished to Mexico, Chile, Panama, and elsewhere. Some of them were allowed to return home, but they was banishing a lot of them to Veracruz. A lot of Incas, a lot of Aztecs, they were sending to Veracruz to work the sugar plantations in Veracruz, Mexico. It's all kind of evidence you can find that's talking about this. Now we go to let me see. I'm all out of order, y'all. Let me go back some. Yeah, descendants. Alright, now peep this, what I wanted to show y'all about these Incas and their descendants that was sent into slavery in Mexico. It's a lot of rebellions went down. They wasn't really with it. And that's where Tupac, got his name, the Tupac we know. He was a marauder. He was rebellious, and that's how he got his name. He was being named after a rebellious person. But down here, Tupac Amaru's memory lived on and would become personified in an important late 18th century insurgency that was rooted in aspiration toward a revival of Inca status vis-a-vis the Spanish administration. That ain't him. In 1780, Jose Gabriel Condorcanqui, Tupac Amaru II, who claimed to be a direct descendant of Tupac Amaru, led an indigenous uprising against continued Spanish presence in Peru. See, they was rebelling. You got the Inca Negros rebelling. Now, I'm laying this foundation to make 1 point clear. 1 point clear. So y'all just stay with me. And like I said, I got this hard evidence that's showing this Inca nobleman and his sons on the cover. I'm gonna read a little bit from there. We just laying the foundation here. I'm gonna read a little bit from this. I'm gonna go to page 65 in this book. Chapter 3. See if y'all can see this. Chapter 3 is called Negro, Black, and More, the evolution of these terms as applied to Native Americans and others. If y'all can see that. Now I'm going to read from that a little bit. Not a lot, but just to lay some foundation. Now at the bottom paragraph on this page, it say in the British slave colonies of North America along the Atlantic coast, Many persons of American ancestry were at times classified as blacks. Negroes, mulattoes, or people of color. And these terms were, of course, used for people of African ancestry also. They telling you, not only are the African the Negro, the American is the Negro. That's what they trying to tell you here. Everybody don't come from Africa. All skin folk ain't kin folk, straight up. They telling you in plain English. But let me go back. Now let's get into Gasper, Inca. And Inca Town, man. That's what we are. We laid all this out for. We laid it all out just to talk about Gasper, because they hijacking. They hijacking. They want to change things. But before we get into Gasper, I want to go over this one last thing: the Negro slavery in the sugar plantations of Veracruz, Mexico, right? Where we just saw they were sending the Aztecs and the Incas at, right? Negro slavery, the sugar plantations in Veracruz, 1550 to 1680. All right, let me scroll down so y'all can see. The comparative history of slavery has been an academic growth industry for almost 2 decades. Much of the work has stressed comparisons between the Ibero-American slave regimes and those of the Anglo-American in the Caribbean and the United States. The followers of Fry, Tannenbaum, and Elkins, and later, and for different reasons, Genovese, came to see important differences that made for startling contrast between the various slave regimes. They were answered by scholars whom from quite different methodological, damn, that's a long word, and ideological positions saw slavery from a perspective of disheartening sameness. In this volume, a revision of Cardoso's 1975 University of Nebraska doctoral thesis, the author sets out to compare plantation slavery in Veracruz and Pernambuco. Comparisons between Spanish and Portuguese America are rarely attempted, and such a novel effort could have real value in demonstrating the differences and similarities within Iberian societies while helping to isolate those aspects of slavery that responded more to economic than to cultural determinants. While imaginative in its conception, this study's execution does not fulfill. Hold on, let me scroll down. What the hell is going on with my page? Now it's acting up. Alright, let me scroll this down. Here we go. The first problem is one of organization. Slavery is analyzed in Veracruz in 5 chapters that deal with Indian population. See that? Then they want to tell you African population, labor and life on plantations, social and cultural matters, and resistance. These are then followed by a parallel set of 5 chapters. So see, this right here, they got chapters. The main thing I want to get you to see is that they talking about Indian slavery, primarily, number 1, which were the Negro. Just like this book just showed you, the Inca Negro. So let's get back to this though. Let's get back to what we're talking about. Gasper, Inca, and Inca Town. We done laid out all this foundation. We see who they were sending, the Negro Inca, to the sugar plantations in Veracruz, Mexico, and elsewhere. We see this. So now we gonna get into we saw the Spanish conquest of the Inca Empire. You know, we saw the pictures of the Inca noblemen and the sons. We saw the colored persons the Indians defined. Now let's talk Gasper, Inca. See that here? They spelling it Ynga, but that's Inca. That's Inca. Gasper, Inca. Sort of like the thumbnail. This is a picture of the Pucara Bull of the 1500s, where it got the Inca noblemen. They got old Charles V on here, Carlos Quintos. And if you look closely, it got their last names, Ynga, Inca. Inca. Their last names, right? Inca. What is that really just a title or they tribe? The Incas. All right, you got your third eye on. You see they Negro, right? Just like Charles V, you see they Negro, right? All right. Let's get back to it though. I'm trying to lay out a point for y'all, and I'm gonna show you how to hijack want to whitewash and turn everything, call you an African, just like they're trying to call Gasper, Inca, an African. 1545 to win? They don't know. Now check out this. This is on blackpast.org. Known as the Prince Libertador de America, or the first liberator of the Americas, Gasper Inca led one of colonial Mexico's first successful slave uprisings and will go on to establish one of the America's earliest free black settlements. Big of that, Gasper Inca making in one of the earliest. Make no mistake, they was free before Spain and anyone ever came. It ain't the first, but it's the first according to them. The first black settlement made by Gasper Inca. Now check this. Rumored. You know, rumors are usually lies. Rumors don't have facts that follow. They start in this second paragraph right off with the word rumored. Rumored to be of royal lineage from West Africa.
You big dummy.
Synagogue of Satan. This man's last name is Inca. How the fuck he from West Africa? Inca was an enslaved worker in the sugarcane plantations of Veracruz, Mexico. God damn, what they just told us, what we just read, and they were sending the Incas at, the Negro Inca, to the sugarcane plantation in Veracruz, Mexico. And they want to turn around and tell you and I, like you dumb enough to believe it, that Gasper Inca, who made the first free black settlement according to them in South America and Mexico, was from West Africa. Well, let's continue. Ynga was an enslaved worker in the sugarcane plantations of Veracruz, Mexico. In 1570, he, along with a group of followers, escaped, fled to the mountainous regions near Cordoba, and established a settlement of former slaves, or Palenque. The mountainous regions. That sounds real familiar. You know who else was known to settle in the mountainous regions? The damn Inca. Machu Picchu. You got your third eye on, man, or is it just me? You know what I'm saying? You're seeing through the lies. They remained there virtually unmolested by Spanish authorities for nearly 40 years, 4 decades, unknown by the Spanish, right under their nose in the mountains. Oh, he from Africa though, but he know how to find and build a city in the mountains. Come on, man, get the fuck out of here. Taking the role of spiritual and military leader, the structure, the agricultural community in an ordered capacity, allowing it growth and occupation of various locations. They talk about rumors. From what are facts that you have no facts, because you have nothing but lies. During that time, Inca and his band, also known as Cimarrones, were implicated in the disruption and looting of trade goods along the Camino Real Royal Road between Veracruz and Mexico City. They were also held responsible for attacking nearby haciendas and kidnapping the indigenous women. Yeah, they wanted their women back.
You big dummy.
Biatch.
Perceived as dangerous to the colonial system of slavery through their daring actions against royal commerce and authority, New Spain's viceroy called for the annihilation of Inca's Palenque, destroying the community, and its leader would send a message to other would-be rebellious slaves that Spain's authority over them was absolute. In 1609, Spanish authorities sent a well-armed militia to defeat Inca and his Palenque, but they were defeated. Inca's surprise victory over the Spanish heightened the confidence of his warriors and the frustrations in Mexico City. After defeating other Spanish forces sent again the Palenque, Inca offered to make peace, but with 11 conditions. The most important being recognition of the freedom of all of the Palenque's residents prior to 1608, acknowledgement of the settlement as a legal entity which Inca and his descendants would govern, and the prohibition of any Spaniards in the community. Inca in turn promised to serve and pay tribute to the Spanish crown. After years of negotiations, in 1618, the town of San Lorenzo de los Negros was officially recognized by Spanish authorities as a free black settlement. It would later be referred to as Inca, named after its founder. Salute. Y'all gotta stop believing the lies, man. All this rumored African shit. The man is clearly an Inca. He's clearly an Inca. Come on, man. When we gonna wake up out here, man? When we gonna wake up? They just told you in Africans and Native Americans, the language of race and the evolution of red and black peoples, on page 65 at the bottom paragraph, chapter 3. Let me go back to it in case somebody missed it earlier. Negro, black, and more. The evolution of the terms as applied to Native Americans and others. If you can't see, if you can't read, I just read it. There you go. Applied to Native Americans and others. Look how they said Native Americans first. Negro, black, and all that applied to Native Americans and then others. Yeah, it applied to Africans too. It said here at the bottom of the paragraph. In the British slave colonies of North America, along the Atlantic coast, many persons of American ancestry were at times classified as blacks. All the time. Negroes, mulattoes, or people. When you find all the Indians been called Negroes and blacks, you fakers, pretendians, we know who the real is. Don't come in my chat with the fuck shit. And these terms were, of course, used for people of African ancestry also. You're calling them niggas too. All skin folk ain't kin folk. And the picture's clear. Y'all ain't fooling no motherfucking body. And we just tired to be calling this shit out. You know what I'm saying? And I hope y'all got your third eye on, man. I hope people smart enough to see this. Hit the like, Shalom, salute one general. Salute to everybody in the chat. You know, I be getting fed up with this shit, man, because people be looking at me like I'm the one crazy, like I'm the one that ain't got no sense. I done did too much studying. You know what I'm saying? You can't touch me on this shit. Ain't got nothing but a damn movie called Roots, and I got all. You ain't got no tribes, you ain't got no place in. They tell you, yeah, you niggas from Africa somewhere. They don't tell you where the ship's at. Ain't got one ship for you. You got artifacts that you done found over here in America that's 1,000 years old, but you ain't got one slave ship. As proud as they is everything, you got one slave ship. You can't name one general of a slave war. You can't name one war in Africa where they took slaves. You can't name a country in Africa where they took the slaves from. You can't name none of that shit. You can't even name an African that was taken. You can't name none of it. But let's go here. Mexico's first liberated city commemorates its founding. Look here. Yeah, we see Gasper, Inca, and his fellow Inca. Salute. Africans, stop the bullshit. And the indigenous women, they took along with them, other Negroes. Stop all this capping, this lying out here. Stop trying to hijack our history. Mexico has spent the year 2021 celebrating its bicentennial. It's been 200 years since the nation won its war of independence from Spain. About 200, look, they won a war of independence from Spain. They was already motherfucking there. Salute. Open your eyes. About 200 years before Mexico's independence in 1609, the city known today as Inca. You know, Ynga, Inca. That's Inca. They done dropped the A in there to throw you off. Located in the state of Veracruz, won an important battle against the Spanish crown, paving their way to freedom and becoming the first self-liberated and independent town in the Americas. Salute to the Negroes in the Inca town. I'm saying, y'all talk to me like I'm crazy, man. I ain't crazy. I know what the hell I'm talking about. Y'all don't know how long I've been studying this shit. I just started talking about this shit with y'all. But I'm gonna drop the raw on the bitch, y'all. Though I tell you what, I ain't gonna bite my tongue. I'm gonna give you the raw. I'm gonna give you the real. You know what I'm saying? Whether you want to believe it or not, I hope you don't believe it. I hope you go searching for yourself, because you can't find no. You one thing about it, you can't find no facts that ain't there. Salute. Come with it. Come with something besides Shaka Zulu if you got it. You know what I'm saying? Come with something better than that. Come with something real. We ain't pushing nothing but real on this side. We ain't pushing nothing but facts. You know what I'm saying? Nothing but straight facts. Gasper, Inca. They got the nerve to call this man an African. Is you crazy? And we saw the thumbnail I put up, but I'm gonna pull that statue back up for Gasper for y'all to see that they made of him. I'm gonna pull that back up one more time. Gasper. You know what I'm saying? Gasper Inca. And see how at the bottom they got El Inca, the Inca. Y'all gotta see it again. Man, not a fucking African, he's an Inca. Like Tupac. Man. This shit ain't even hard to find. It ain't hard to figure. It don't take but a little bit of effort. These folks lie so much. It's easy. It start to get easy to see through their line. They tell you look right, your ass better look left. They tell you look down, you better look up. They tell you look in Africa, your ass better look right here. You got the Ku Klux Klan telling you niggas to go back to Africa. And you got these Pan-African booty shaker ass dudes on here. All them people chat on YouTube talking about let's go to Africa. Man, please. Salute. I fuck with the passport, bro, and I ain't fucking
You
with
big
Africa.
dummy.
Salute.
Biatch.
I'm at home, bitch. What the fuck I'm gonna go over there for? Think about this shit, man. Come on. Hey, man, if you in the audience, man, hey, other people, y'all can sit this night, y'all can just watch. I don't, man. But the brothers in the audience, the American Negro, if your ass know you been here and your grandma and them, all them here they buried here, hit me up in the comment section and let me know, do you want to go to Africa? And if you do, I just want to understand why. I see the Pan-African channels, their excuses that racism and all this here got them ready to tuck their tail like a little
Biatch.
and run to Africa. They talking about they scared. But last time I checked, all my ancestors fought. So what the hell I'm gonna run for? We saw King Blue and his Negro Indians on the raid. We just saw Gasper and Ynca ain't back down and defeat the Spanish and created a free territory. Ain't never surrender
You big
or submit.
dummy.
What the fuck I'm gonna run for? You bitch ass niggas. Take y'all bitch ass to Africa if that's where you wanna go. Get the fuck out of our way. Cause guess what? When it go down, when the revolution go down, it's niggas like you that'll be in the motherfucking way. And it's niggas like you that the man is sick on a nigga like me. Then what is you against us? So fuck you. Take your ass where you wanna go. You don't wanna wake up and see the truth. If you wanna believe you from a place you ain't never seen, you ain't never been to, you can't even name, you don't know nothing over there. You can't even name a road. You African, Pan-African ass niggas in my chat, you can't even name a road in Africa. You don't know nobody over there. You can't speak no language over there. You ain't got no ancestor buried there. You believe a fucking movie that a conquistador told you about. And you got the nerve to talk shit. You puss ass bitch. You know what I'm saying? I'm on this shit tonight, y'all.
Big dummy.
Leave me in the chat, let me know. Leave me in the chat, let me know. With it or against it. I don't care either way, let me know. Peace and honor to George Witcher. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Huntsville, Alabama in the house. Salute. The home of Tuscaloosa. Salute. You know what I'm saying? And all these Negro chiefs here all over the place. I could pick a city, man. That's what these folks don't know. I can pick one. You know what I'm saying? I could pick one and bring the raw to the bitch jaw, because it's all American Naga. It's Nagaville. Shout out to 432 Drop Nation. Salute. And I'm with any challenges. Any challenges. Dr. Umar, you can bring your punk ass in here. I got you too. Anybody who with this is old pro-blackity Africa ass shit, come with it, man. I got you. Come with it. You know what I'm saying? I got you. Please come with it. Because we can go toe to toe on it. We go book for book, note for note, primary sources, and you're going to lose all day, every day, because you won't have none. You don't have none. You don't have no truth. You can't name one war. I can name 100. You know what I'm saying? You can't name no chief from Africa. I can name several Negro chiefs from America, nigga. What the fuck you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Hey man, I'm on one tonight, y'all. I'm about to cut this shit short because I'm about to hit the stove and go get me something to drink and chill out for the rest of the night. I just had to bring this shit about Gasper Inca. Not Ynga, Gasper Inca. Say it like it is. We just saw it. We just saw what it was. I ain't got to even keep going there. We just saw what it was. Look it up for yourself if you don't believe me. Look up old Gasper for yourself. Gasper Inca, not Ynga. Salute. Let them folks lie to you about rumored in Africa. Nah, bitch. The facts say he was an Inca. And all you $5 pretendians, to sit your $5 ass down for the tribe make change. Don't come here with the fuck shit. I'm saying we know who the real American Indian is. We know who the real Aborigine is. We know who the first American and the only American is. Stop the bullshit. You motherfuckers came across the Barren Strait We know y'all from. We know you some kind of mixture from Asian. Salute.
You
Ain't
big
fooling
dummy.
nobody. Man, I'm Blackjack. This house of masculinity, respect my house. We let the door not hit your ass with the most high, split your ass. And we out this shit again. One more time. Peace, y'all. Hey, keep the real shit going, y'all. Salute. Yeah, I respect everybody. I fuck with y'all. Appreciate the support. Salute. We out.